I used to think that changing your life requires 5 a.m. morning routines. No, make it actually 3 a.m. Green juices every day and emotional suffering because you need to be super strict with yourself. However, I was so wrong. It's actually the tiny habits that you can do on a random Tuesday afternoon even that actually change everything. So in this video, I'm showing you 12 tiny habits that take as little as 2 minutes each and that will change your life. The first habit is to make your bed every single day. Make your bed even if no one is coming over, maybe especially if no one is coming over. I used to think that this whole making the bed thing is not a big deal. Like, why would I make the bed if I'm gonna go to sleep a couple hours later anyway? Like, I'm just wasting time. What is that about? But it's actually more about doing a small habit consistently and also starting your day with a little accomplishment. Because making your bed in the morning gives you a little bit of dopamine. It gives you that sense of accomplishment. It takes literally 2 minutes and you get to have a very clean bed the whole day. And you know the saying that the way that you do something is the way that you do everything? I couldn't agree more with that. The way that you do even the smallest things show how you're gonna act with the big things. This basically means if you can commit to making your bed every single day and you've been wanting to get consistent at working out, it's more likely that you're gonna be able to be consistent with a bigger habit like working out if you also stick to the small habit. Your phone should not be the first thing that your brain interacts with in the morning. Neuroscience shows that our brain is extremely impressionable the first minutes after waking up. And this is why it's really important what we do in that time. Give yourself at least a couple minutes of calmness before you grab your phone. Get out of bed, make your bed, grab a glass of water, stretch a little bit, do a meditation, journal. There are so many things you can do. You can even just get ready. Just do not touch your phone and you will notice a huge difference in how your brain feels throughout the day. I've really noticed this with myself. If I check my phone first thing in the morning, I'm stressed, I'm anxious the whole day. Sometimes I see messages or things that I just honestly don't want to deal with in the morning hours. However, if I wake up and I journal, of course using my Change Your Life journal, I feel way better. I feel calm. I know what I need to do that day. I have a plan. It's all good. Even if something comes up, even if later I then see a message that bothers me or that stresses me out a little bit, I can deal with that way better than if I go on my phone first thing in the morning. Just try it, you will see the difference. If you want to become your best self and build your dream life, then this is the channel for you. Make sure to subscribe and leave a red heart down below. It's gonna be our secret. And because I've noticed that a lot of girls wish they had a community that is supportive and that will help them reach their goals faster, I decided to build exactly that. If you're interested in that, sign up to the waitlist through the link down below. Now let's continue. Get ready, even if you're staying home. This is honestly the same principle as with the bed. I know that a lot of people don't get ready if they're staying home because they're thinking like, well, no one's gonna see me. Why would I waste a good outfit? I just don't have time for this. Like, I would rather save some time. However, again, I've noticed this by trial and error. If you get ready, you feel better, you are more productive because you took the time to put effort into how you look and it makes you feel good. Looking good makes you feel good. That's just the way it is. And interestingly enough, it also makes you more productive. I know when I am dressed, like today I have normal office pants on, even though I'm gonna be staying at home the whole day probably. I feel like I'm ready to get stuff done. I'm in my productive girl era. I'm doing stuff. If I would be in pajamas, I wouldn't feel the same way. I know this because I've done it. You shouldn't dress for plans or for someone else. You should dress for yourself. And this is why it's so important to get ready every single day. I'm not telling you to put on a ball gown and 25-inch heels, but put on clothes that you could at least go out in. If a friend would ask you to do something that's like casual but not too casual, for instance, going for brunch, would you be able to go out the way that you are right now? Like, would you feel good strolling through the city in that outfit or not? Because I know that I would hate to go to brunch in my pajamas. And relating to this, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Sadly, there's this idea in society that you shouldn't dress up. I mean, if you're going to the office, just wear a simple button down and pants, you're gonna be fine. No need to put effort in. If you're going to university, just like wear whatever, right? I do not agree with that. I think overdressed is just a concept that people who feel insecure have made up. Why wouldn't you dress in a way that makes you feel really confident? Why would you hold yourself back? If you want to wear heels and you want to wear a dress on one day, however, you know that your entire office dresses really casually, who cares? I used to get asked at my workplace, every single time I would wear a blazer to work, they would ask me, where are you going? What plans do you have after this? And I was like, I'm going home. These are my plans. I'm wearing a blazer because I feel put together, and the most confident version of myself would just wear wear a blazer, you know? And so I'm gonna wear a blazer. That's always a question that I ask myself, like, what would the most confident version of myself wear? And then I just wear that. And I think that is really one of the main reasons that I became confident, because before, like when I wasn't that confident, I was always overthinking wearing something, even if it was just a dress, like a pretty casual dress. I was always like, oh my god, what if people judge me? What if they think I'm overdressed? Who cares? Genuinely, who cares? If you want to be a confident person, you need to dress the way that a confident person would. And a confident person would never sit in front of her wardrobe and think to herself, I cannot wear this and that, because Karen is gonna think that I'm overdressing for attention. You need to just not care about that. Next is something that will help you choose clarity over chaos, over the mental chaos, and that is just journaling. Journaling, next to working out, has been one of the habits that has helped me the most in my life. It has helped me get to know myself better. It makes me feel more calm. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, I grab my journal and I journal for a bit. It's just so good to put your thoughts onto paper. It helps you so much. It gives you clarity. It gives you perspective as well. And you don't need to hold things in. Which is why, even if you don't feel like writing a whole page or 2 pages, journal 1 sentence. Grab your journal, write down 1 sentence, 1 intention for the day, 1 thought that you have right now. Don't put pressure on yourself. Some people don't journal because they think that every single time they open the journal, they need to write this amazing story and they need to have a lot of updates, but it's not about that. It's just about checking in with yourself and being able to put thoughts onto paper, and it helps so much. You need to spend slower. Now, if you think, I don't want to hear it, leave me alone, I will do whatever I want with my money. Fair. No, fair, but no. I disagree with the online discourse that you should buy as much as possible, that like spending frivolously that spending without control is like cute and quirky. I don't agree with that. We women are smart and we can make smart decisions with our money. We don't want to be financially irresponsible and as a result have to depend on someone else to provide for us. That's not cute. It's not quirky. When it comes to personal finance, I am a nerd. I've been investing since I was 18. Back then I was only watching personal finance YouTube videos. Now I'm getting a master's degree in economics. I really want women to take control of their finances, to stop being afraid of looking at their bank account, to stop feeling like they don't know enough about finance. And so I will keep reminding you and I will keep telling you that you need to make a budget. You can use my budget tracker for that, for example. You need to know what is in your bank account, you need to know what bank accounts you have, and you need to stop spending with no control. And the habit that helps you with this is to think for 24 hours before purchasing something. If you go out to shop and you see so many cute things that you would like, leave them there, take pictures of the items or like scan the QR codes on the tags or whatever. If you still like them 24 hours later, and if you already have multiple outfits in mind that you can create with this piece, go ahead and buy it. I mean, this is not only about clothes. I can tell you from personal experience that I've accumulated so much shit by just buying things impulsively. Now I'm in the process of cleaning up my wardrobe, but I've had months where I was looking at my wardrobe and I didn't like anything. I had nothing that I could create an outfit with because I had accumulated so many clothes that were so random that I bought impulsively. And this wouldn't have happened if I would have just waited 24 hours. Would your best self do this? Whenever you don't know what to do, ask yourself, would my best self do this? You don't know if you should text someone back? Girl, we don't need crusty men. Ask yourself, would my best self do this? If he's crusty, probably not. Would my best self scroll rather than sit down and study? Probably not. It's a really easy way to make decisions, but also align and get the life that you want. If you've been working the whole day or you've been studying and you just feel like you cannot concentrate anymore, like there's just no way out of it, you're always distracted, change your environment. Even for as little as 10 minutes. Take a walk outside. If you cannot go outside, go on your balcony, go on to the kitchen. Take a walk, go someplace else, because just sitting at your desk for like 8 hours a day is not healthy. Sometimes even just opening a window helps, but if you can, move to a different room, because a different environment always brings new energy with it. It makes a huge difference. This is a PSA to everyone who uses their phone while they're eating. First of all, if you do this while you're eating with other people, now that's just rude. That's just not nice. But even if you're just eating by yourself, stop. It's not healthy. You eat way faster when you're looking at your phone. You might actually get a stomach ache from that. Also, just for your brain, it's not healthy. Do you really need to look at your phone even when you're eating? Give the food your full attention. Please, it deserves it. Especially if you tend to ruminate before bed. So like, you know, you're in bed, you're thinking about different things, you cannot really fall asleep even though you're tired, but you just keep thinking about things and you keep worrying about things. Make it a habit to brain dump before you go to bed. Write down. It doesn't even have to be in your journal. I don't care where you write this down. It can be a napkin for all I care. Write down your thoughts. It doesn't need to be structured. It can be messy. They don't need to be full sentences. You can write words down. Think about just grabbing everything that you don't want to be thinking about while you're trying to fall asleep and just putting it down onto paper, and that's where you're gonna leave it. Your brain shouldn't be like a dusty storage unit. You deserve to have a clear mind before you go to sleep so that you can actually sleep better. Do the brain dump to have your peace. Now I'm gonna tell you a really big secret, and it took me years, like 5 years, to figure this out. If you want to be consistent with your routine, with your habits, you need to allow yourself to have low effort days. This sometimes is the only way to be consistent. You cannot always give it 100% because you don't always have 100%. That's just the truth. Especially as women, you know, we have cycles. Sometimes we have more energy, sometimes we have less energy. If you have 30%, show up with 30%. Sleep in a little bit. Do a shorter workout, or don't do any workout at all. Go for a walk. Have a second cup of coffee. Honestly, I love coffee. You know, if I have to, I'll have a little bit more coffee. Make yourself cozy, wear something a bit more comfortable, a bit more loose. You don't need to give it 100% every single day. However, when you have 100%, give it your all. If you have 110%, that's also fine. Don't beat yourself up over the fact that you just don't have your full energy every single day. That is fine. Be proud of yourself for showing up anyway. You know, if there's one thing I hate, is going to bed late in a rush because I know that I'm going to bed late and I'm thinking that I'm not gonna get enough sleep, not having time to clean up after myself, not having time to prepare anything, and then, you know, waking up and feeling the consequences of that. So the last habit we're gonna talk about today is preparing for the next day. My morning routine got so much easier once I started picking out my outfit the night before, setting out my gym clothes the night before, making quick overnight oats the night before, going to bed on time, like doing a whole night routine and just prepping for the next day. I'm so glad you watched until the end. Go out there and show up as your best self. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. And if you want to know how to build a morning routine that you will actually enjoy, watch this video.